solve all the problems. I mean, there's a terrific book called The Journalist and the Murderer for anyone who's interested, which is a great piece of journalism about the crazy compromises and ethical conundrums that you face as a journalist. A friend of mine, a very good reporter who has reported on a lot of really difficult things and faces this all the time. You go in, you take the story. Oftentimes, you are there convinced that you are being empathetic and lending them an empathetic ear, and that there is some value in that. And perhaps there is, but people are very often, when you're talking to people who are just going through some of the most difficult things you can imagine, or certainly the most difficult things in their lives, that's really not much consolation. They will speak to you on the expectation that it will make a material difference. And as a journalist, that's beyond your power. I mean, the machine has never been perfect. I think nowadays it's more broken than before. The machine, as we as a society have constructed it, is the journalist goes and tells you what's happened, and then there are other people that we as a society have empowered with the responsibility to go and do something about it. Frankly, those people don't give a damn oftentimes, right? And that's the problem. You can't solve that as a journalist, and you have to carry that with you, I think, oftentimes. I mean, he sometimes says that it's like being a carpenter. You can't get your material without chopping down a tree. It's a very crude way of putting it. He doesn't mean it in a crude way, but it's a rough metaphor. At least it's part of doing it. And the question that I think we ask ourselves as journalists is, would it be better if we did nothing at all? And oftentimes, or most often for us, the answer is no. And that's the only answer we have.